Hello all. In this session we'll be discussing the House Bill 5 LOTE Rules held in the Texas Administrative Code 7412B5. So 7412B, we're going to come down to number 5. That's where we talk about LOTE, or LOTE, languages other than English. So every student in the state of Texas, regardless of what they're doing or what their program is or what classes they're taking, can earn 2 credits for foreign language by either taking two levels of the same language, i.e. Spanish 1, Spanish 2, French 1, French 2, how we've always done it, or 2 credits in computer programming languages, specifically computer science 1, 2, or 3. Now let's talk about that on a CO22 level. Now what I've done here is I've gotten into computer science. Let's go and add just 1 to that so we can make sure that it gives what we're looking for. So what we have here is these are the PEEM service ID codes. These are the 3 specific classes. No, they are not. They are not CTE classes if you're asking, and I apologize for that, but they're not. Computer science 1, 2, and 3 come out of the technology applications area, and they are elective courses. These are the 3 PEEMS codes you would use if, in fact, you were going to graduate a kid utilizing option 5A2, which is 2 credits in computer programming. Now, say that you have a student in completing the first credit of LOTE, meaning that if you have a student in Spanish, they would have to have completed and been awarded a single credit in LOTE. They demonstrate they're unlikely or unable to complete the second credit. The student may substitute another appropriate course as follows. Now, there's some things to talk about before we talk about the actual courses. One is what do we define as unable? It could be a behavior problem. It could be an academic problem. It could be just that the parents are requesting that and that the student is incapable due to extraneous circumstances. That is up to the school to determine what is best for the student in accordance with the rules that follow. So it's not the school's decision by themselves. If you determine that a student might need to take a different class other than, say, Spanish 2 following Spanish 1, the determination for general education students is made by gathering your LOTE teacher or a LOTE representative, a principal or the designee, and the student's parent or person in parental standing. So that's for your general ed students. If it's a special ed student, they can utilize this option if they've completed Spanish 1 or French 1 or something of that nature, and they will go in front of the art committee. And if it's a 504 student, they would go in front of their 504 committee. So before we talk about the classes, let's make sure we understand that general ed students have this process listed in C1, special ed students C2, and 504 students in C3 of Section 5 of 7412-2 of the Texas Administrative Code. Now, if a student in completing the first credit of LOTE demonstrates they're unlikely or unable to complete the second credit, they may use special topics in language. And that course is going to be annotated as 1141-0000, special topics in language and culture. That's the class you would use to satisfy that requirement. Now, the other one is a world history or world geography studies for a student who is not required to complete both. Once again, if up here in the world history area, section 4, if you're requiring that your students by district are required to do the 4x4, essentially, then this would negate this, so you would not use that. This class, I don't know a lot of schools that have it, and if you're wondering more about it, please get in touch with me. Another credit selected from Chapter 114. This is the languages area. So this is where it gives you permission for a student to have English 1, Spanish 1 and French 1, or Spanish 1 and Russian 1, or French 1 and Russian and German 1. So this will be where you'll be allowed to utilize 2 years of 2 different foreign languages. And then we have computer programming languages. Once again, when we talk about our computer programming languages. So this computer programming languages is the exact same expectation from the state of Texas. I had spoken with Kelsey Kling from TEA, and the 2 credits in computer programming language selected from computer science 1, 2, or 3 would be the same down here. So if you were going to utilize computer programming, it would be computer science 1, 2, or 3, specific to the PEEMS codes we discussed earlier. So if you have any questions regarding House Bill 5 Foundations graduation, please do not hesitate to reach out to myself or Sandy Benavidez. Here's our contact information. Please feel free to pause the screen and write that down or start an email right now. Have a great day.